So I am with a man who needs no introduction. Means obviously he is a legend in Sri Lankan cricket. He used to open the batting for Sri Lanka and has been very successful, part of the World Cup winning side. I am with none other than Roshan Mahanama, but he is making a difference with his charity, the Roshan Mahanama Trust. And in this video, in this interview, we are going to dig deep and to know what exactly he is doing with his charity work. Roshan, welcome to Revsportz. Can you tell us about the Roshan Mahanama Trust?
First, Debasis, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk about some of the things that I do, which I have been doing silently. But I think through a conversation the other day, the casual conversation, you decided to do that, and it's always nice seeing some of my old friends as well. Good to see you. Just to tell you a bit about the Roshan Mahanama Trust, I'll show you a bit. I'll talk about the background and where I started and how I started. I was very fortunate that I grew up in that environment to spare a thought to the less privileged people of our country or less fortunate ones. I'm ever so grateful to my parents, mainly my father. His motto, he was well read, he did his PhD in marketing, but religiously, he's read the Bible, the Tripitaka, being a Buddhist, and but his motto was to start the day by helping someone. And I remember even as a kid, we used to engage in so many projects because he was in a few organizations that focused on helping people. Then I came together with a organization, Hema's group, where they wanted me to be their brand ambassador after playing a charity cricket match, and since then we've never looked back. With Hema's aim is to build preschools. We've just laid the third foundation for the 85th preschool. When I joined Hema's, they had done only or they built only about 30 or preschools. I built the 39th preschool, and also based on the request of the villagers, we built a primary school there as well. And since in a very remote village in the north province, but one of the districts in the northern province, and we want to try and make it a model school through the Roshan Mahanama Trust. And since then, I'm involved in about 12 charities, in about 8 of them as a brand ambassador, and about 3 or 4 of them as a trustee. And I spend 60% of my time giving back to the people and my fans who've been there over the years during good and bad times with me. So I just thought that's the only way that I can give back. So I'm involved in these organizations. Just to name a few, I work closely with these organizations. IIT is Sri Lanka's one and only center of excellence for differently able children. We have over 16,000 children registered. I'm a trustee there as well, and through my trust we raise funds to support that trust. And what I do is, through my trust, I raise funds to support the other trusts that I'm closely working with. One other organization is Indira Cancer Trust and Suwarna. Suwarna is Sri Lanka's one and only pediatric palliative care center. We have 32 en-suites there for the entire family to stay, because the only center for pediatric cancer patients is the one which is in Colombo. So they travel from all parts of the country, and they don't have to worry about accommodation. We give everything free of charge, and for anyone who stays there. And with Indira Cancer Trust, we have so many other projects. We have 24 projects. Name a few. We give breast prosthesis, hair donation, livelihood support, and so on and so forth. And I work very closely with SOS Children's Villages. They have 6 villages in the country, with their national director, who was also a former cricketer, played good first class, played good school cricket. And with him, I have traveled all over the country, north, south, east, west. We've supported people in each of the 25 districts. So this is all in the last 3 years. That's where they needed a lot of our support. So I've been working closely with them. I work closely with also the College of Pediatricians. I'll talk about it when we sort of start talk about my trust, and there are some of the others also, but these are the main organizations that I work closely with. So the Roshan Mahanama Trust was built purely because after Easter bombings, I just thought I have to be there for people who had to face that unfortunate incident. And I visited all three churches with different organizations to see how I can support them. During COVID, together with my former teammate, my close friend Chaminda Vas, we were helping people in and around Colombo together with a group of doctors by giving them essential items, dry rations, and so on. Economic crisis, I was also on my feet, but we were getting funds through friends and family into a private account, and we felt that at that time we had to formalize. A lot of people told me otherwise you'll get into trouble, and I took their advice. We set up the Roshan Mahanama Trust in 2022 October. We have a group of independent trustees. Initially my wife was the only family member, but we decided to include my three daughters as well. We want them to continue even when we are no more. And also, one of the first things we did was we got a reputed firm here to do the bookkeeping, and E&Y has so far done all our auditing, and I'm sure they'll continue to support and do that. And the key focus of the trust is children, because we feel that's the future of any country. We've got 4 pillars. Can I mention
Yeah,
that?
absolutely, absolutely.
And we've got 4 pillars. One is to give a good education to less fortunate, less privileged children. The other one is looking to health and well-being of these children. Third one is creating safe communities, safe environments for these children. And the other one is emergency intervention, man-made or natural disasters during those periods, or even during a time like now. We are getting out of it, but it had been a challenging period for people of our country. So these are the 4 key pillars. Under education, we give laptops to university students. We screen them. We have a scheme, and then we do that if they have if we have requests. Then also, if children are following IT as a subject after their O levels, and if there's a requirement, we support. We give some scholarships, and also we look after the education of SOS Children's Village, that is just in the outskirts of Colombo. So monthly we make a payment to them. Under health and well-being, we look into the children's welfare of the differently able children center. Like I said, I'm a trustee on the other side, and also the pediatric palliative care center. So monthly I allocate funds for the differently able children center, and then we give it annually. But with the pediatric palliative care center and Indira Cancer Trust, we give monthly, which includes pediatric cancer medication, funds for transportation. Some of these patients don't come to Colombo because they don't have funds to travel, so we make a contribution. And also we have signed up with the Make a Wish Global Foundation, and through our trust we make one mission, we fund for one of those wishes. So that's number 2. Under health and well-being, creating safe communities, which is a main project of the Roshan Mahanama Trust. We build centers for children who've been sexually and physically abused. When we partnered the College of Pediatricians, there was only one, which is in the Western Province. We built exactly 1 year ago Sri Lanka's second center, and we handed over to the National Hospital in the south. It's run by the head pediatrician, and it's a kind of a joint venture between the Roshan Mahanama Trust, College of Pediatricians, the Health Ministry, as well as Sri Lanka Army helps us to build these centers. And we are currently raising funds to build the second center in the north. We have raised about 40% of the funds that we need to raise. And like I told you, Debas is one of the gentlemen who has promised me. He's a gentleman from India. He's from the south. He's agreed to give 1/4 of the cost of that building. So that, yeah, that's a pledge. So that will be in the north, and we have earmarked two other places as well in the Ua province and North Central. So if I've got the strength and energy, we'll make it a reality. And under emergency intervention, after the recently, that catastrophe that we had to face, the Ditwa, the cyclone, I think we supported people in about 15 to 18 of those villages or places, and I collaborated with SOS Children's Villages to be there for those people who needed our support.
Roshan, it's only significant that you have chosen October as the month to actually start the foundation, the Roshan Mahanama Trust. Can you just talk us about and the breast cancer awareness? Obviously, we in the recently concluded LPL, I was covering the entire tournament. I saw the match between Jaffna Kings and Ambula Sixers, with which you were involved with, and they had a pink day match. So, can you just talk us about how about getting this LPL franchise involved with the to spread awareness?
Yeah, prior to that, I must say that I started the campaign on Wednesdays We Wear Pink here in Sri Lanka. We don't want to confine that only to the month of October, which has been allocated to create awareness on breast cancer, and I've partnered to do that with Indira Cancer Trust. So for the last 6-7 years, we've been campaigning. We have been silently doing that. For me, how I got interested in supporting breast cancer was when I was officiating in the ICC. I noticed the Glenn McGrath Foundation dedicates the third day of the first test match in Australia for breast cancer. I noticed in South Africa they dedicate a game for breast cancer. Then I wanted to study a bit more on this, and then I noticed that there was a global campaign called On Wednesdays We Wear Pink. So silently for the last 10 years, I've been wearing something in pink because I just thought all of us have a mother to start with, and that's the least we can do to the females in our lives. And I personally feel the humankind is taken forward by the females, and we have a responsibility as men towards them, because I personally feel the entire household collapses if the live wire female of the house is diagnosed with breast cancer. And I realized the importance, because in Sri Lanka daily 50 new cases are diagnosed and 3 die. And last year we were able to break through to one of the private schools which had a tradition for more than 130 years. First Wednesday of each month, the girls' school, these children, their tie turns into pink from a blue tie, and children are encouraged to wear the pink tie on other Wednesdays as well, because they feel that early detection can cure a life, and this is a cancer that can be cured and most common amongst the females. So with Indira Cancer Trust, we encourage to do a self breast examination, which is called touch, look, check. So that's the message that we drive across, and also we light up some of the prominent places in the country. But coming back to LPL, when the Dambulla owner, who is a dear friend of mine, played school cricket against us, we go back a long way. When he said that he is keen to take over the Dambulla franchise, he wanted me to come and support, and I said we have to create some empathy and get everyone to look at the franchise totally different to other franchises. We also brought in a humanitarian angle to that, and both years we discussed collectively. And our first visit was to the pediatric palliative care center. We started our campaign. I know in terms of cricket, we could not deliver, but I think we delivered by winning so many hearts, but not winning trophies. And both years and this year, it was totally different. We were able to take it to a different level as well. Sri Lanka cricket last time as well as this time supported this campaign and this cause, and we just saw we need to dedicate one of the games to create awareness on breast cancer.
Coming back to the point that you mentioned about Sri Lanka cricket, how has the Sri Lankan cricket helped you in your cause? Because you are also one of the members of the Cricket Transformation Committee.
That's something that I have not mixed the two.
Yeah.
Even last year, it was through the LPL side, Dambulla, we were able to allocate one game to create breast cancer awareness. Even here with the transformation committee or the previous committee, I have had no discussion in terms of creating awareness, not only on breast cancer, but pediatric cancer is another cause. I know some other countries have games dedicated for these two causes, either breast cancer or pediatric cancer. One of the key areas that the Roshan Mahanama Trust supports is pediatric cancer. Now, if you look at it, Glenn's Foundation supports breast cancer. Strauss's Foundation talks about lung cancer. I'm very keen to talk about both breast cancer and pediatric cancer. So this is,
in the near future, can we see you approaching Sri Lanka cricket so as to have an international fixture dedicated to spread this awareness?
This is my ultimate goal. Once my responsibilities are over, when I have no part to play, that's when I like to bring in, because I just don't want it to be a conflict of interest or anything. I'm very clear in what I'm doing, but that's my ultimate goal, because we have a social responsibility. Not that Sri Lanka cricket hasn't been doing, they've been engaged in so many, even in the past, worthy causes, but to have a dedicated game and focus on that would be my ultimate goal, and let's keep our fingers crossed.
Roshan, obviously we know that your father died because of prostate cancer. So how did that influence you in working in this charity?
It really influenced me. I know when he was diagnosed, it was straight away stage 4. I was, like I said, silently supporting when he was living, also about creating awareness on breast cancer. But it really helped me to set up the trust, focus more. And we have not really focused on prostate cancer. He died of prostate cancer. Yes, that's the most common cancer for men. But I just thought we'll support cancer in general and create more of awareness on breast cancer. And also silently we are creating awareness on prostate cancer, but we've been supporting pediatric cancer patients. So that really motivated me to take a step towards setting up the Roshan Mahanama Trust.
How was it easy to leave the role of ICC Elite Panel match referee and then to dedicate your time with the beautiful work you are doing?
I stepped down from the ICC on a matter of principle. A lot of people don't leave the ICC for prestige and money, but sometimes I feel in life you need to stand up for what you feel is right. I remember this saying by the great leader Nelson Mandela. He says, "First, be honest with yourself." It really hit me, and I feel when one door closes, another door opens, and I think now I've been able to contribute to society more by being engaged in social service activities. 60% of my life is to try and help people. Purpose of my life has shifted as well. The purpose now is to try and leave a better place for the younger generation. But by saying that, cricket is too close to my heart, so I will keep refereeing as long as I can. I still referee in franchise league tournaments globally. That's just to be involved in the game, and it really helped me when I was asked to get involved in the transformation committee, because I was more current. I was exposed to modern thinking. I never stayed out of the game.
So that was beautiful to hear. Means obviously, Roshan Mahanama Trust has been doing a stupendous work. Means believe me, you have to interact to know more about it, and hopefully, we can see the Roshan Mahanama Trust make a difference to the society here in Sri Lanka. So on that note, thank you, Roshan, for your time. So keep watching this space to get all the updates throughout our coverage from the India Sri Lanka Test Series. This is me, Debashis, signing out. Keep watching Revsportz.